Welcome to another edition of Craps Down Under. Today I'm going to play a very different strategy, trying to focus on winning on the come out. And let's get started. I've got a $1,200 bankroll here. So I'm actually going to start with a reasonably sized wager, $60 on the pass line. So let's get started. Grab some dice. Don't know which ones we're going to get. Those two will do. Alright, let's get started, see what we do. Nine's the point. Alright, so the idea with this strategy is we want to make money on the come out. And we want to reduce our risk in the point phase. So the idea is we will lay some odds against the point number to reduce the loss that we will get, and we'll always parlay our front side wins, or any of our wins will be parlaying. So given I've got 60 there, I'm quite happy to lay 45. So lay off some of that, and that'll, 45, 45, lay that, that'll give me 30. So I'm preserving $30 of my $60 lay. So I'm preserving half of my lay. Now, but if I make the point, I'm still going to make a little bit of money. So it's kind of trying to get the best out of the pass line here on the front side here when you do the come out, because you're 8 combinations to win and 3 to lose, which is and it's even money payout. So it's actually a very, very good part of one of the best bets in the casino for that phase. However, once the point's set, now it becomes a bit of a disadvantage for you. And by doing the lay, we're trying to even that up a little bit. 6. And there's that 7. So we lose our $60 bet, but we actually only lose 30 of it because of the lay. Now we do have to pay a little bit of vig. We need to pay $1 vig. So I'll get back 4 in change. So we leave that there. We've got $30. We've got half of our bet back. Now I've got an 8. And this one, again, I'm only at 30. It's kind of a little bit too small to lay. If I lay it, I can lay 30 to get 25 back, but I kind of break even on that. So I'm kind of inclined at this level to just leave it where it is at the $30 level and take my chances. There's a 5. Aces. 6. 6 back to back. 6, 3 in a row. 5. 10. 5. 4. 6. That 6 is pretty hot this hand. Midnight. 3. And there's our 7. So we did lose that one. That's okay. So far we've it's cost us $60 so far. That's all we're down. So let's see if we can get any come out winners here. Got a 4, so not a great one to be on. So this is one where I lay enough to win basically half. So I'm laying 60. If the point hits, it's a wash. If that 7 comes, it's I'm going to get half my wager back. Because what I'm trying to do is play for the and there's a 7. So I'll keep that part, $30, and I owe $1 vig. Lay comes back down, right? Because the lay wins $30. So far, not a great hand for the pass line player. Not a single point's been hit, and they keep going for the outside numbers. So they're the kind of ones that are a disadvantage. Now, because we're at the 30, we're only at the half amount. We don't bother doing anything. I'm not going to try and protect that. I could protect it for 30 to get 15, but I really think I'll just take my chances on this half of my bet. It is a factor when you start having it pressed up, but given the Passline player hasn't won once, it hasn't won a single time. If you're playing the don't pass, then obviously you would have been in a much better position, but we've had loss. Whoops. 9. And there's that 7. So again, it's really not a Passline player's table at the moment. So that's another 60 we've gone through. 4 shooters, 4 losses, back to back. Can we actually get a win? Now we've got a 7 on the come out. That is a winner. And this is actually what we're trying to do. We take that and we parlay it up. So now we've got 120. Now if you like, you can use an any craps bet to try and protect that bet. So you could put a little bit on here to protect some of that. They do tax your winnings, of course. So, but maybe we do. Maybe we'll protect a little bit of it. We'll put 10 on there just in case. So at least we protect our base wager that we started with. It's really up to you what you decide. I'm normally a person who doesn't like to hedge. So let's see how we go. If we start getting lots of craps numbers, then maybe we can think of this. But that is something you'll have to work out for yourself if you think it's worth it. Got an 8. So this 8, it's $120 8 is what we've got. So I'm kind of thinking, well, I'd like to at least protect my base, protect half of that. 120 is like $60. So if I'm somewhere protecting around that, I could probably put, was it 72? Or I could just go, you know what, just keep it easy. I'll just put 60 to win 50 and I'll accept that. It's just an easier thing to do. So we'll put our 60 to win 50. We're preserving half of our bet, hoping that we can actually hit the 8. And unfortunately, that 7 took us back down. So it's not a great, I've got to say, it's not a great outcome for our Passline player today. Winning very, very few bets, but at least we get that back. We lose, you know, that's winnings that we lost, our pressed up winnings, and we lost 10 out of our bank. Now we do have to pay VIG. I haven't forgotten the VIG. So we'll pay, sorry, it was $50 we won. So I have to pay $2 because it's $1 per $20 that you win. So because we won 50, it goes to basically $40, $2 VIG. All right, let's go back, $60. Let's see how we go. Can we get some more 7s on the come out or yos? No, literally getting everything going against us on this on the table so far. So again, given I've got $60 there, I can do the $45 way. Try and preserve some of that because I'm really just trying to play for those come out rolls. That's all I'm really trying to play for. This is a laid, just be clear there. 8. And a 7. Again, not a Passline player's table. One day we'll see the Passline, the shooter hit their point, one day maybe, but certainly not today. There's literally not much has gone this Passline player's way at all. Which is kind of amazing because if you've watched my previous videos where I showed the 1-3-2-4 press, the dark side players had a streak, a massive streak of wins. So it's actually been, they would have made their 10 units of profit and be gone just on the first 4 shooters. So it just goes to show that those streaks really do happen at the table. You see lots of streaks. And today it's streaking against us. We're having a loss streak is the best way to describe it. So 45 wins 30. So what I'll do, I'll just leave 30 there, take 30 back, and I'll pay $1 vig. So at some point when we do start getting some front side wins, you'll actually, we'll see us make some money here. So it's really up to you whether you want to stay at that base level or you decide to top it up and go back up to your $60 level. I'll leave that up to you. Again on the outside, really not having a great day, gotta say. Doesn't get really much worse, because when you're laying here, you're basically just trying to play for a 50% return. You're going to wash up if you hit your point, and you're going to best make half of your wager back if the 7 shows. 10. So hitting all the outsides, but just not able to really hit our point. That was a 5, an 8. Might leave that out the way. 6, and there's a 7. Again, another shooter unable to shoot for a damn. So we'll get back 30, and we do owe $1 vig. Get 4 back in change. Lay goes back in our rack. We want to top it up. That's all we're really playing for, is this roll. We're playing for this come out. Playing for the come outs. And there's a 7. So that's kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for these kind of rolls. We're just hoping to get a few back to back so we can build our wager up. So there we go. So all we do is parlay it. So I'll stack it up, 120. Again, up to you whether you want to use any craps. On the 8. All right, so 8's the point. I'm going to lay, I'll lay 90. 90. And to protect my base wager there. So that's going to pay 75. But if it hits, I'm also going to make a little bit of money as well. And of course not. We got a 7. So, not one shooter. I can't believe in all these rolls, not a single shooter has been able to hit a point. Not one. So, we get paid 75 there. We lose all that. We do have to pay some vig, so we'll get to that. It's $3 vig. All right, so we've got 75, we'll leave it there. And we've got a come out winner, which is what we're looking for those. So we win our 75, parlay it up 150. And there's our any craps. Really having a bad day on the pass line. It's actually kind of devastating to see how bad, how absolutely horrible it is for the pass line player on this table today. Not one shooter's hit, and the only time we had something go for us was to get immediately taken off us by any craps. So, and again, on the outsides again. Every single time. It's kind of frustrating. It's these kind of days where you go, you know what, it's not my day. Maybe I'll go and have a beer. And come back later. Because it's a really hostile table. Nothing's going our way. 10. No, seriously, the fact that one shooter hasn't been able to hit a point is kind of telling you something. It's telling you something pretty strongly. It's shouting, what the hell are you doing, mate? Don't be playing a light side. But this is a light side strategy. It is intended to exploit the come out roll. 4. So the only time we actually have hit a point is the case where it becomes a wash. So we lose that, but gets paid to us, okay? So the beautiful thing about that is we get to have another come out roll, and that's the whole point of it. 7. All right, so we make our money, make our $60, we parlay it, 120, and we're hoping, just hoping we can get a couple of times where it goes our way. Just a couple of times where it goes our way. That's all we're looking for, to hit a point, get a come out 7 or a yo, hit another point, maybe a couple of points back to back and a few yos, or 7 on the come outs, and you can actually escalate your bet up. So here we are, we've got 120. I will put 90. So I'll make a little bit if I hit the point, but I'm really just trying to get into those come out rolls. I should say that's a lay. And there's the shooters actually managed to hit the point this time. I think this is the first time we will actually make some money on the shooter hitting a point. I mean, we've only hit the 4, which was a wash, and this time we actually make a little bit. So we go over 120. That's going to win 140. So we do lose our $90 lay. So rather than paying out the 140, I'll treat that as my payout because we've lost the lay. But there's 90 of our payout. We need 100, 125, 30, 40. Right. So we've got a little bit of our lay back. So I'll take all this back. That's our lay, our $90 lay. And stick that back on the top. Alright, so let's see what we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 150. That's alright. We can add that up, 170. Maybe I'll just add the 5. Make it a cool 175. Just neaten it up there. So now we're playing for this come out roll. Can we get a yo or a 7? That's all we're asking for. We've got an 8. We've got an inside number. Alright, so again, got 175 is the maximum lay we could put down. So I might just put down maybe 100 and I'll put down 150. Actually 150 will do. Midnight, 9, 5, 9, 4, and there's 7. Okay, so we lose this, but remember, we've got 150, so I'm going to have to work out that payout. How do I work this out? I'll take this all back so I don't get confused with that. So we know six goes into 15, goes into that twice plus 4, 4 left over, and let's just do it. Let's just do it the easy way. I'll break that up. I'm terrible at trying to do math in my head while I'm on a YouTube video. I don't know what it is, but I actually struggle. And there's that one there. So take that one away. So as I can see there, that's what my payout should be. 5. So 125. and that vig, $6 vig. Alright. So if that didn't make sense, I cashed in one of my 25s for the 5s, and for every 30 you lay you get paid 25. That's kind of how that works. So 125 is what we got back, and that's what we go forward with. So 125, as you can see there, that's what we put on the pass line, trying to make money on the come out roll. Got an 8. So again, didn't make anything. Whoops. No come out winner. So again, we can probably lay 90. So we make a little bit if we hit our point, but we preserve some. We preserve enough if we don't make the point. And that case we didn't make the point, so that's going to pay 75. We lost our 50. Do owe some vig, $3 in vig, get 2 back in change. Up you go again, trying to make money on the come out rolls. There's a 7. Okay, maybe the tide's turning, I don't know. Stack it up, that's 150. On the 6. And the whole point behind laying is we're trying to preserve some of our money if we lose. So again, I'm preserving basically what I did last time. I'm going to preserve 75 of it. And we're sort of basically back where we were. Pressing up, you're doubling up. Here you're getting basically half of it back. But we're hoping we can just either hit our point and then it becomes kind of a wash. We kind of lose a little bit, but it's okay. Because we're making 170, so 150, we're only going to lose 90, so we're still netting a chunk of money. So the worst that can happen is we're going to lose half of that bet that remember it was at half the size, right? So we just won, so we basically stacked it up. The worst can happen is we'll go back to that. All right, so the idea is we're trying to make the money on these rolls, on the come out rolls. And if we hit our point, fantastic. We make a little bit, but we at least preserve half of it. We just had a very, I guess, unlucky set of rolls where we just haven't had a shoe to be able to hit a single point. But maybe we are able to hit the point. This time we did, so that's fine. Yes, we lose our lay. Right, we lose this, but we're actually going to get paid 150, right? So I'll take all that back. All right, that's 150 comes back to us over here. So I'll take out that and I'll just stack that on top. All right, takes us up to 200. So these are the ones where you kind of want to get the good outcome. We got the yo. Trying to exploit these come out wins. And don't need to stack it, that's 2 blacks, right? So we just won ourselves 2 blacks. Let's go, let's see where we're at in our rack. We're up a little bit, but not a huge amount. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go put it back out there. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, this is the one where we're going for it. All right. Now you could try and put your any craps, try and protect it. We got a 7. There we go. So that's what we're looking for. So that's a $400 winner. And that's where I go, thank you casino, I'm done. Thank you very much. Hung in there. I've made all this money. So let's get us back to even in our rack. Right, it's got 2 greens there. I can go back in my rack, not quite enough. Alright, that gets me a chunk of reds, just to get me back to where I was. And take that one back. That gets me perfectly even. This is all my profit. Not bad, hey? $477. Just trying to get a couple of these hanging in there. We had a really horrible start with the shooters just not even able to hit a point. But as long as the shooters are actually hitting their points half the time, you should actually be able to cycle around a couple of times and get some come out winners here. And all we're doing is trying to just ensure our action up the top, get at least half of it back. And the idea is we've already pressed our winnings from the previous win, hopefully. We set a point. We'll know we're going to get half of it back. So the very worst, we're just going to go take half of it that we just won, take it off. Let's go again. Let's have another go. And remember, we're 8-3 favourite on the front here. And we're just trying to minimise and take off only half of the maximum loss that we can sustain here on this side of it. So I think it's pretty decent play. To make, we started with a $1,200 bankroll. We never even got even close to that 600. So based on us, even the bad run we had, you could have easily been playing this with a $600 bankroll to get the return we got there. And given we didn't go anywhere near touching that, to get that kind of a return, to get a $477 return from a $600 bankroll, because we didn't touch that other 600. That's just me going in prepared, and I'm expecting that I am going to have a horrible run just like what we had. It was a terrible run, and if you're watching the video, you're probably thinking, oh, this is a loser. How can you lose? How can you win on this? It's just going terrible. But that's what happens. You go in, you see a strategy on YouTube, you think, oh, that's great, I'm going to play that, and it doesn't go as planned because you do get bad runs of dice. And I've just shown you have bad runs of dice, but it's not always bad. It can't always be bad. We did have to get a couple of frontside wins, and we've capitalised on that and said, yep, we've hit a profit target, taken it, going home. We could see what would have rolled, maybe, as a joke, but I've gone to the cage, taken my profit, I'm done, but let's just see what may have rolled. There you go, craps. So that's the chance you take if you keep staying at the table when you've had the gift given to you. Take the gift and run. Don't keep thinking you're going to keep milking it forever. It's as we just showed there, you'd be now at the table again, trying to continue trying to win something when you already had $477 win. So I'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed that one. All I'm doing is laying enough to basically get me roughly half my wager back on the front side. That's all I'm doing up here. And if they hit it, great. I'll still make a little bit of money, except for on the 4 and 10, it'll be 100% wash on the 4 and 10 if they hit the point. On any other numbers, we're going to make a little bit of money, but we can only lose half of our money on the point. And we're just trying to hang in there enough to get these come out winners, where we have, they're a massive advantage roll. So 8 ways to win and only 3 ways to lose, right? So you double your money here and you only lose half your money up here. And that's the idea of the strategy. Double your money here where you're the favourite, right? 8 ways to win. It's awesome. And only 3 ways to lose, and you get paid even money. There's no better bet, right? It's fantastic. All we're trying to do is that second phase is take off some of the negative side of the Passline wager. So it may just be a wash, or we might only win a little bit. That's okay, but we're kind of hedging the risk away on the negative phase of the bet. So I'll probably run this a few more times so you can see how it plays out, but I've just showed you it can certainly make some money, and yeah, we did really well out of it. So thank you for watching, and see you again very soon.